In a year of massive headlines in the global financial markets, the collapse of crypto exchange FTX is the biggest story of 2022 for an assortment of reasons. Joining us now to put things into perspective and to share what lies ahead for the crypto industry is our friend Greg Johnson, CEO of Rubicon Crypto. Greg, as we close down what has been a very eventful year, what are we to make of this industry? Is there a continuing sense of optimism, or has that now been stunted as we head into this new year?
Well, I think that's a terrific question, Jeff. And first of all, thanks for having me, and happy holidays to everybody. You know, look, this is a historic scandal that we were just talking about with FTX. And the reality is it's historic in the speed of the collapse. It's historic in terms of the amount of money that's involved. But to be candid, it's not a new story. As a matter of fact, the crypto industry didn't invent bankruptcy. It didn't invent fraud. But that's what this story is all about. And I think what it's really done is obscure so many of the bright stories that are going on the technology side that are going to be overlooked and frankly are going to be overshadowed for many months to come because of FTX, their founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, and all of the nonsense that he's brought upon the industry. Jeff, if there were a law firm that dealt with fraud, it might be called Ponzi, Madoff, and Bankman-Fried. Oh. That's how bad this is.
What about some of the related stories to the FTX collapse along that same line that you're talking about?
Well, I think the first thing that we look at in the industry, whether it's in the banking or in the financial services industry at large, we start talking about something called contagion. And whether or not the impact of the collapse of one company is going to have an effect on the entire industry or other major firms. And really, I think that's what the industry is worried about right now, is how many other people were connected to this FTX collapse. You know, 2 months ago, nobody knew who this fellow was. Now everybody knows who he is and everyone has an opinion. But the reality is there's a long line of criminal and investigations going on, whether it's from the SEC, the US Treasury, the Justice Department, the CFTC, and also the United States Congress. They're all looking at it. The impact really is, moving forward, the industry is going to finally get the regulation it needed and was missing to help preclude some of this nonsense. But I want to point out, Mr. Madoff, that some people remember his big scandal, that was in a regulated industry. There was governance and regulation and compliance. And if you have bad people looking to do bad things, they're still going to do it. Still, the regulation is coming down the pike, and it's going to be coming very quickly.
What is your expectation of or from crypto in 2023? Are you able to look into a crystal ball here and have a sense of where you believe it's going?
I think I am. I don't know that I have an exact date in mind, but I think we're going to expect a lot of volatility to continue, you know, right through the middle of the year. And I think what is going to drive most of that, Jeff, is the degree of contagion that FTX has with some of these other firms. And frankly, the quicker we unearth that, the quicker the CSI on the carcass of this company, FTX, can be done, the better it's going to be. What I do see for the year ahead is getting back to the basics that attracted me into the industry and that is being obscured right now. There are brilliant technologists. Indeed, here in Georgia, here in Atlanta, we have a ton of people that are brilliant and contributing in very positive, ethical ways to the future of the industry. And I think as the year moves on in 2023, more and more of those positive influences in the new industry are going to come to light.
Greg Johnson, CEO of Rubicon Crypto. Happy holidays, Greg. Always
happy holidays to you, Jeff. Thank you.
Thanks so much.